Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our coverage of the FAF Nationals 2025 tournament here. It is finals day once again. Today we're bringing you action in this game here, which is the under-11s first semi-final. Is Cockburn Wolves under-11s taking on Kwinana United under-11s. We are underway here in this affair. What promises to be a very competitive game from both sides, very fast-paced. Both these teams very good. A quick start there and a good tackle from Abbott out the back. Fantastic there. There's an opportunity here, early for Wolves, and they make it 1-0.
Got it?
First goal does come through number 9, Luka Gomez-Kovacevic. Bit of a mouthful last name, but
Keep going, play on.
got more now feel from him. Finishes there. Ball was dribbled out.
No, get back on 7.
An opportunity to go long here. Attempts to find the ball to Kirk. Intercepted. Noah fights for the ball with Kirk. Gomez-Kovacevic gets through. Shot on the right foot. Low and hard into the bottom left-hand corner. He's done it again.
Tyler, stop. Calm down. Pass the ball instead of kicking.
Brilliant work there
Tyler,
from number 9.
pass it to your teammate.
Short kickoff taken. Once again intercepted by Gomez-Kovacevic. It's a foul given, going the way of Kwinana.
Noah, 7.
We expect him to look for a long ball here. Not the best of starts. It's going to be Emitadi. Attempts to go up the line to Kirk, but overhits the pass by quite a margin. And equally so,
Take it easy, bud.
ball down the line. Once again, does not find its maker. Does not find its mark, should we say. Emitadi doing another attempt here. Instead plays short to Kirk. He's going to look back for his teammate. He does. Actually tries to find line back to Kirk. It's an impressive pressing from Wolves. Noah looking to the back post. Once again, it's Luka Gomez-Kovacevic. Another strike. And a great save by Townley. In goal for Kwinana, the number 27. A lot of energy there from the young striker Luka. And Emitadi back up the court. Half court press being set up here by Kwinana. Does in fact work. Matthew leaves the ball for Emitadi. He's back up the line for Matthew. And so number 7 for Kwinana, Daly. I think yet to get a touch of the ball here. Might get on it here though. As the ball's fired by Matthew. Great save. Turn back out, up the pitch. Once again a good interception. It's getting a bit scrappy now in the midfield. Daly on the ball here for his first touches. Manages to force a side ball for Kwinana. Berkwood's up the line. Good interception. Daly once again. He's going to go out for a great ball here. Noah and Tambo brought down there. Back up the line there.
Guys, don't waste them.
Good attempted ball from Noah and Tambo. Can't quite get it. Oriano there with some good pressure to force the ball out. Matthews back up the line. Oriano meets it again. impressive shot up the line of it. Daly manages to get forward, taken down by Ntambo. Of course, accidental, but a late time challenge nonetheless. Going to be an opportunity to strike for Daly. It's a good shot. Straight to the hands of Finn and goal. Can he make another save though? Daly with a shot, another save, cleared off the line. Matthews low and hard. Panic at the back for Cockburn. Strong performance so far for Finn. In goal, Emitati, a good clearance up the pitch. Forced back up the pitch by Emitati. A good clearance there earlier by Dwyer, the number 4. For Cockburn today. Another opportunity here. For Kwinana. They've got to put one back. Daly with a shot from deep. Just over the top of the net. He's going to press Oriano here. He attempts to play out the back. Good tackle from Daly. Forced back up the line. Ntambo manages to keep it in. Good tackle from Emitati. He does well. Takes down his man. Falls to Noah Ntambo at the back stick. It's a great save. Once again from Townley. He's made a couple good saves here. It's the double goal scorer. Luka Gomez-Kovacevic. Subbed off here. Ball into the box. Oriano really gets on the end of it. Daly can run it up. Some impressive footwork in the middle there. Kirk. What can he do? Turns on his man, does well. One back. And the ball's progressive up the line. It's going to be a green ball.
Number
Great start for
7,
Luka Skovic.
David!
Number 8 for Cockburn. Just been introduced to this game. Already seems to be a live wire on this pitch. With his fast footwork. Can he make the difference in sort of settling down this game? You'd imagine that Wolves would want one more goal here. Especially before Kwinana can put one back. And they might have an opportunity here, but it's another great tackle by Dwyer. Forces the ball out off of Daly. Ntambo's going to look to the back stick. Only as far as Matthews. Emitati. A brilliant clearance there. Up the pitch, straight actually for Daly on the half volley. And rattles off the crossbar. You can still hear the vibrations here at the Mandurah Aquatic and Recreation Centre. What a brilliant strike from Kwinana's number 7. You have to say so far, their danger man in attack. Oriano. He's going to have an opportunity here to get a shot off. What can he do? Looks long into the box. Going to be a side ball hit from the Greens. Might have a bit of a struggle playing this one out, but Cockburn do seem to be dropping off. Highest play being number 10, Noah Ntambo. It's long from Emitati. Up the line, only as far as Skovic. Ball does go back. Picked up by Finn, not deemed a back pass. Rightly so. It's going to be a side ball here for Cockburn. Of course, more commonly known as Wolves FC now, though they do originate from Cockburn. Deep-rooted history in the club, going all the way back to Fremantle, and those are Fremantle Wolves. Emitati, once again, brilliant defending there. I have to say, Kwinana maybe been the better side since that second goal went in for Wolves. I think a big portion of that is down to Emitati. He has been phenomenal in defence. Of course, a couple of early blunders leading to 2 goals, but he's recovered magnificently. And he and Daly leading the charge in Kwinana's possible revival in this game. Hasn't been enough so far, as they haven't found the back of the net. But pressure is clearly on here for Cockburn, struggling to play out from the back. Daly with an opportunity to shoot. Only as far as Dwyer clears it all the way up the pitch. Emitati up the pitch once again, all the way through to the goalkeeper. deflection there. Still comfortable in the hands of Finn. Tries a quick roll to Oriano, only as far as the sideline. Daly with another attempted shot, a deflection off of Skovic. Daly attempts to pull it back across the box. Shot from Daly into the middle, and it turns in. Daly with the persistence to get the ball back into the box, but it's Kirk on the score sheet first.
Timeout, guy, can we stop the clock, please?
And a timeout actually called here. And you'd understand why. Maybe just needing a bit of time to reset here and regroup. They did start off very brightly here, but Kwinana finding their feet, getting back into this game. A magnificent goal there. A well-worked team goal. You'd have to say it has been coming for Kwinana. They worked the ball forward really well. Emitadi has been an absolutely rock-solid defender at the back for them these last 8 or so minutes. And Daly has been pulling the strings. But don't discredit the performances from Matthews and the goal scorer Kirk. Of course, you'd still expect Wolves to get back on top here. And we could very well soon see William Pham, number 11, introduced into the game. But not yet. We'll just have to wonder how long it will be until we see the reintroduction of Luka Gomez Kovacevic. Dual goal scorer. Long ball from Emitadi. Very clear what the plan is here for Kwinana, and that is looking one for Daly and letting him do most of the magic. Seems to be working here. It's a phenomenal performance so far. He's on the ball again. Emitadi is going to strike from deep. Falls to the feet of Daly. Shoots with a toe punch and a deflection, unfortunately. Pulled back across the box. It's a chance and it's in again. Kwinana pull it back to 2-2. On the underdog side going into this game.
Come on!
They've just pulled another one back. It's the same combination. Daly into Kirk waiting at the back stick. And Kirk has got 2. Fantastic work. And Dwyer coming off. We do see the introduction of William Pham.
Come on, let's make it.
Looks like he's going to be playing more of a defensive role. It looks like they've been given one job only.
William, you take the other one.
And that's to watch the danger man, Daly. Kirk looks up the pitch for it. Let's find Matthews at the back post. Does handball it, but ball was already out by the call of the referee, though there is a warning not to do it again. So he will face possible punishment for it. It's also called as a side ball here. Rolled out to Emitadi. Looks to go up the line here. No foul given as he's pressed by Ntambo. Pham looks for a ball into the box. Goes all the way across the face of goal. Another sub being made. Skovic off. Ntambo with a chance. Once again, a side ball for Kwinana. Of course, that sub made for Cockburn. Luka Skovic being replaced by Enders, number 70. What can he add to this game that we haven't seen already? Long ball on the feet of Daly. One back by Oriano. Gives it to Ntambo. Flick back inside Oriano. Did well to chase for the 1-2 there. Almost found him completely free. Ntambo's come back here. There's an opportunity if Kwinana were to win back possession. They can't quite. It's unfortunate. There was a very good chance there.
Hold your
If they were to hit on the break. Emitadi up the line again. A brilliant header there. Ntambo from deep. Ntambo sub off here. Placed by Luka Gomez Kovacevic. Flick over the top from Daly. Header one though by Oriano. Goes back up the pitch here. Can Emitadi deal with it? He's being pressed here. He does well and it's going to go out. Gonna go out for a keeper's ball here. Brilliant defending once again from Imitati. Once again, started off kind of rough, but since then has been absolutely fantastic. And these long balls from him causing all sorts of problems for Wolves. He's going to look for another ball into the box here. You know who he's looking to find. It's a bit of a low ball though. He's hoping to get the next one a bit higher, but there's another opportunity here. Is he going to line up a shot? Daly actually coming across to support. In fact, he takes it himself, flicks it into the box. Looking for the touch of Kirk once again. What a hat-trick that would be. 3 back post runs made by Kirk. 1 back by Daly. Gomez Kovacevic. William Fan. Play the ball long here. Gomez Kovacevic. It's a chance here. A shot and a fantastic save. A huge moment in the first half there. Potentially a moment for Wolves to settle the nerves. A long ball once again into the hands of Finn. A chance to go up the pitch here. And it's going to be half time. What a first half it's been.
Stay on the field, don't change, don't change. Stay on the field, don't change. No, not changing. We're only playing 3 minutes each half.
A bit of a mistake from the ref as he mistakenly calls the end of the first half, indicating that extra time was about to be played. Of course, we still have 15 whole minutes of action left. But what a magnificent first half it's been here from both sides. A brilliant start from Wolves. 2 goals in the opening 2 minutes through number 9, Luka Gomez Kovacevic. But it's been the story of the day so far. The spirited comeback by Kwinana. 2 goals from Kirk. You'd have to give big credit to this defensive performance from Imitati, as well as this playmaking by Daly, the number 7, who's been absolutely fantastic. Townley in goal with a huge save to end off the first half and keep it all level going into the halftime break. Back very shortly with second half action. Hopefully, a fantastic game. We're back here setting up for a second half of competition here. It's an unchanged 4 for Kwinana here. Of course, Lockie Kirk, 2 goals of his own so far. And Dylan Daly pulling the strings. Can they give us another miracle here? Another shot, this time from Matthew. Attempts a long-range effort. You've got to imagine how long though it will be before Kwinana reach into there. Ooh. Brilliant tackle there by Dylan Daly. Nearly manages to poke home an effort off of a tackle. He's forward here, Nolan Tambo. Unfortunately, gets into the sideline. Imitati, you've got to imagine he wants it this long. He does so into the waiting hands of Finn. Back up the pitch. Imitati actually lets it slip through him here. Bit of head tennis being played out of Ntambo. Imitati. It's a long ball from him. Once again, no touch on it. Have to to imagine how many more of those are going to be let through by Cockburn before Kwinana play gets on the end of one. Attempted swivel and shot. All up the pitch here. Oriano. Puts the ball long. Chested down. Bit of odd technique there by Kirk. Nearly works. Brilliant work there by Skovic. Accidentally trips over there on the sideline. It looks okay. Amitadi once again looks to go long. Out once again. For a side ball here. Skovic does well. Substitute also made for Kwinana. There's a chance through here. A shot. Crossbar. Back to Matthews. And Matthews makes it 3-2. Incredible scene. Jacobson, who had just been brought on, gets immediately into the action with a tackle. And a shot that rifles off the crossbar. Manages to fall kindly back to the feet of Matthews, number 2. Half volleys at home, very nice technique on it. And Kwinana, in shocking fashion, taking the lead here. And you've got to say, it may have been coming with all this continued pressure that they've put on the Wolves' back line. They look spirited, this Kwinana side. There's a new lease on life here. Amitadi with a brilliant tackle. Some of these players you would imagine are playing the game of their lives right now. It's a foul there though by Lockie Kirk. Unfortunate but good sportsmanship to offer a hand of apology to Skovic. Of course, Lucas Skovic has had some good involvement here. Hasn't found the back of the net himself. It's going to be Noran Tambo to line up here. A shot, low and hard, blocked out by Lockie Kirk. And you look at how much it means to these Kwinana players. Still 11.5 minutes to go. They're cheering every block, every tackle, like it's a game-winning goal. And Tambo back across the box. Out once again. Amitadi. The rock. Looks to go through the middle, not the best of passes. Ball up the line, and Tambo. And Tambo with a beautiful cut onto his right foot. Shot to the back post. Just wide and to the left. Looked a bit off balance there. That's a foul given away by Gomez Kovacevic. Of course, they had the first 2 goals of the game. Wolves haven't been able to score since, unfortunately for them. Finn wants to release quick. Does so with a looping ball over the top. Beautiful ball on his fast Tyler Amitadi. And Matthew lets it run. He's going to launch it to the back stick there. Looking for the run of Jacobson. Unfortunately doesn't find it. And even without the creativity of Dylan Daly, this Kwinana side, still you'd have to say they're doing incredibly well. But Noran Tambo gets a forward shot. Attempt by Lucas Skovic, just can't get to it.
Luka, have a shot.
Number 70 Enders off the pitch. Oh, onto the pitch, should we say. It's a side ball. It's gone in, of course, but side balls are indirect. Tyler Amitadi tries for a little flick there. You'd imagine he possibly yellow card administered here. He has accidentally kicked Gomez Kovacevic into the chest. It is unfortunate, but it does happen. Unfortunately, Gomez Kovacevic has had to go off. Those are painful ones. Those kicks straight to the diaphragm. There's an opportunity here. A shot off the crossbar from Skovic. A brilliant left-footed effort. Of course, aiming for the roof of the net. Tyler Amitadi to launch it forward once again. The toe punch over the top. Back stick to Matthew! And hard to say whether that was a touch or a shot. I'd gamble and say that it was probably a shot there. Maybe it was just a misplaced touch, but a misplaced touch. He nearly nestled it into the bottom left-hand corner. And Tambo straight back onto the pitch, of course, replacing the injured Gomez Kovacevic. Hoping that he is okay. Amitadi up the pitch once again. Has that come off the keeper? Has that come off the keeper? It seemed to have gone through his legs clean. Unfortunate there, Tyler Amatati thought he got his name on the score sheet. He very nearly did. Matthews, of course, had a bite at it, missed the ball completely, and so did the keeper. I'll tell you what, that was a free kick. It would have been absolutely beautiful from Amatati. Matthew tries to play forward here. Finn out of his goal very well. Finds Enders. Scrappy. Kwinana going to try and work it out the back. Goes up the sideline here. 2 subs to be made here. Lucky Kirk and Dylan Jacobson. Off the pitch now.
Alright, in front of the ball.
Long ball into the hands of Finn. It's back up the pitch. Noah and Tambo. And as far as Dylan Daly.
Pressure. Get your foot in there, kid.
Skovich. Just launched back up the pitch from Amatati. No foul given.
Man up, Charles, man up.
And of course we're seeing the first introduction today for Charlie Doyle, number 6 for Kwinana. Second half substitute here, so he does well. And Tambo does really well there to get around his man. Lays it even off. It's a good shot, just wide. And Tambo did brilliantly there. Hard to say whether he intended that pass. Nonetheless, it worked out brilliantly. Couldn't get the finishing touches. Amatati, ball up into the air here. Bit of a heavy touch from Tambo, and it does go out for a side ball. Amatati goes long, up the line.
Tyler, it's getting risky. You need to keep the ball.
Calls from Kwinana management to hold on to the ball more. You definitely see why. It's a brilliant press there from Dylan Daly.
Charlie, tuck in.
Long ball here. Dylan Daly meets it in the air. Brilliant header from the number 7. You'd imagine Enders is going to launch this one up the pitch. He does so over the top in Tambo. Attempts to get his head to it. But keeper is happy to leave that. Knowing full well it was indirect. Downley's been phenomenal in goal so far for Kwinana today. Brilliant tackle from Matthew as well. Slide there from Daly, of course. No sliding allowed until under 13s or full-size brawls. Shot from Intambo, from deep, falls to the feet of Skovich. It's cleared though by Amatati. He is risking a few fouls here with his high foot. Intambo, the shot, of course indirect. I've got to say, great maturity in goal from Townley to actually let those balls run. Tough thing mentally for any keeper to let the ball hit the back of the net, even if it is indirect. Skovich, back across the box. Of course, he just widened to the right. As we said, letting any ball hit the back of the net for a goalkeeper is tough. It takes a lot of maturity to allow an indirect ball to fly in like that. It takes a lot of trust in your defenders as well. Doyle getting forward. He does well there. Does fall over, but Charlie Doyle, phenomenal effort from him. Is there going to be a sub made soon? Looks like they're preparing for Lockie Kirk to come back onto the pitch. Dylan Daly. Fortunately scoops it right back out. Good pressing from Tambo. Tambo wants players up the pitch. He goes long. Once again out from Townley. Nathaniel Enders off. William Pham on. Lockie Kirk lays it back. Dylan Daly. Ball over the top. Matthews with the header of the back stick. Just wide. That was a brilliant ball in. And Dylan Daly with some fantastic pressing. Ball does go out for a side ball for Kwinana. Only 4 minutes left to go. Can they see it out? And Tambo ready to press it. He does so. He actually wins the ball here, but Amatati once again gets to it. Oriano, a beautiful ball up the line to Skovich. A great tackle from Amatati. Given as a Cockburn ball despite Amatati's protests. Pham. Lockie Kirk gives it to Dylan Daly. Can he score this? Just can't hold his composure. A quick release from Finn, up to Noah and Tambo. He manages to get through, but it's a beautiful tackle from Matthews. A bit of off-the-ball contact there against Tyler Emitati. We're going to see the reintroduction here of Luka Gomez-Kovacevic. Noah and Tambo. Toe-punch attempt. But Emitati deemed to have breached the wall early. A yellow card given. Ran out of the wall too early there, though the seconds are ticking down. You'd imagine that Skovic would be very keen to have a shot here. Where will he be looking to aim? You'd imagine high and wide, but there is a gap in the wall there. Just over the bar. Got a good shot on him with the Skokic, but sometimes maybe a bit too good. Good tackle from Tambo. You can tell he really wants this. You can tell they all want it. How much it means to all the boys on this court. Long ball to Finn. Claims it calmly in his hands. Releases to Oriana. Gets pressed by Daly, but some brilliant footwork to take it past him. Only as far as Matthew. Oriana, it's a fan. Tries to go up the pinch with a bit of a misplaced kick there. Dylan Daly. It's going to go out off of Fam. Nearly just about 2 minutes left. Daly with a shot. Good save from Finn. It's a corner ball opportunity. It's been a while since Kwinana have had a set piece this high up. Back across the box and through the legs of Matthews. If he tapped that in, you'd have to imagine that was it. Oriano. It's a long release off the pitch. That's beautiful from Oriano. Emitati gets ahead to it. Maybe could have let it run, but he wasn't taking any chances. Tambo onto his left foot. And Emitati once again. This time, no slides. He's got to be careful here, Emitati. Of course, a red card could mean a suspension in the next game. Or will mean a suspension in the finals. Tambo. The toe punch finally gets through. And Noah and Tambo with an equalizer. A huge moment for Wolves. And will Kwinana live to regret those missed chances? Daly, Kirk, back to Daly. Through to Kirk here. There's a chance here going forward for Kwinana to slide from Oriano, but not a tackle, more just a clearance, so it's allowed. Daly to Kirk. Kirk's got options at the back stick. He pulls it back. Back across the box, Finn intercepts. And Tambo going up now against Emitati. Manages to get a foot to it. Pounded back up the pitch, but only to the hands of Townley. He looks to release to Daly. He's got a man on him here. Goes line. Matthews back across the box. Kirk is there, but it's just too far. 30 seconds to go. Finn. Up the pitch, into the middle, only as far as Daly. Off Oriano. In Tambo, through the legs of Emitati. It's launched back up the pitch here. Finn. Tries to find the feet of Gomez-Kovacevic. Manages to, but some scrappy defending. Sees it back to the Cockburn half. 5 seconds left. As the seconds tick down here, it looks like we are heading into extra time. And we are heading into extra time here. Our first piece of extra time of the day. 2 3-minute halves to follow. 2 halves of 3 minutes to follow for both sides. What a spirited performance this has been from both sides. This has been absolutely incredible football to witness. Kwinana side was possibly deemed underdogs by a few coming into this game. They've been absolutely brilliant. Cockburn, on the other hand.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. I need to stop.
Goal in the final minute and a half for Cockburn. Managing to pull it back from Noah and Tambo. What a brilliant free kick. He's hit it in a few times off of the indirect side balls, but this being his first actual goal of the game. Kickoff taken. chance for Tambo here. Back across the box. Nearly finds the feet of Gomez Kovacevic. Ball long, flicked over. Tambo tries to squeeze through. Daly does well. Put it out off the boot of Lukaskovic. Ball long. Daly with a flick. Of course, goes out there. Ball long here. Intercepted beautifully by Dylan Daly. Out off of Gomez Kovacevic. Referee deemed as 5 meters there. Matthews finds it through. Dylan Daly, a rough touch to Kirk! Lachlan Kirk completes his hat-trick. In the first half of extra time, Kwinana take the lead. A shot off kickoff for Tambo. And Townley's outside the box. He's still celebrating with his team. Didn't get back in time. It's going to be a yellow card administered to Townley here. I think there was maybe some confusion. I think Townley might have thought that it was golden goal. And Tambo with another opportunity. He finishes it again! Noah Tambo makes it 4-all. What drama in this game here. A completed hat-trick by Lachlan Kirk. Cancelled out by a rough mistake. You hate to see it happen. But Cockburn have a lifeline. Matthews. Beautiful turn there. Finds the feet of Daly. Opts to try and find Kirk instead of going back to Matthews. Long ball. Off the head. Through to Townley. Finds Townley. Just skewed throw there. Gomez Kovacevic goes low. Nearly creeps in at the back post there. Just wide, of course. About 30 seconds left to go in this first half of extra time. Kirk gets past his man. Ball into the center. Intercepted by Oriano, but Daly is there to compete. It goes forward though in Tambo. Good tackle by Amitadi. Little contact off the ball there, but nothing too serious. Skovic in Tambo on the left foot. Does find Amitadi. Side tackle to play the ball, not to tackle. He's deemed legal. The seconds will tick down here at the end of the first half. But after one last long ball attempt, Townley drops it! And luckily for him, the halftime whistle goes. Of course, we're going straight back into the action here. No subs allowed to be made, no breaks. Second half of extra time is about to be underway. You've got to say what a grueling game this must have been, or this must be, for some of these Kwinana players. You look at Matthew and Amitadi having played 38 minutes straight of a high-intensity game. They've done so well. There's still more to be done. 3 minutes to go.
Let's go!
In what has easily been one of the best games so far of this year's FAF Nationals in all age groups. Can we see an end come to it in this next 3 minutes, or will it be going to a penalty shootout? We have to find out here. He's back underway. Falls to the feet of Matthews here. Looks for a ball through, just one back by Tambo. In Tambo here, cuts it back. Gets past Amitadi. Here's a chance here for Tambo. Looks back across the box. A miscued shot. Both Skovic and Gomez Kovacevic went for it. Ball playing out from the back. And Tambo has a chance to play it into the box here. Low and hard. And it seems to have come off the goalkeeper. It's a goal again. Noah and Tambo completes his hat-trick. There's no reason though that Kwinana can't come back from this. And Tambo with a long shot. Townley's going to have to regroup quick here. It's Amitadi, back up the pitch. Kirk. Now we'll take a side ball here. Daly looks up the pitch for Matthews, can't find him. He does take it wide here. Challenged by Oriana.
Stop! Keep chasing it! Get back!
What's Matthews going to do?
Go! That's it.
Tries to find the ball back to Matthews. Can't quite. And now they can just soak down the clock here. Long ball sent up. Townley left it run. Short ball to Emitati. Swipes at it again, sends it up the pitch. Oriana gets there first. Balls to Tambo. Only as far as Emitati though, who tackles. Gomez Kovacevic launches it back up the pitch. Out again to Townley. He looks short once again for Emitati. He wants to look long down the line. The ball goes directly out. Back in from Skovic. The header off of Emitati into the final minute of action here. Noah and Tambo. Great save from Townley. What can he do? Releases short to Lachlan Kirk. Cuts back in. Kirk back across to Matthew. Takes a shot low and hard. Into the waiting hands of Finn. Not over halfway. The calls are there. A mistake made. And Tambo with another.
That's what I said, halfway. That's what I said halfway.
In fact, the whole team go in. And Dean is over halfway here. Emitati goes long, flick over the top. Daly! Oh my goodness! What drama here! In the final 10 seconds, Dylan Daly gets his first in the game. And Tambo, last chance here. And he'll be going to penalties. Wolves thought they had it won. Wolves thought they had it won. A minute to go. And a ball from over the top from Finn in goal. Landed over the halfway line. Norin Tambo would go through and tap it in. However, it would be ruled out for going over the halfway line. The long kick from Emitati be nodded onto the back post to Dylan Daly. Conversations being had between both sets of coaches, deciding on who their best takers are, what's most appropriate for this moment. We've had a change in goalkeeper here as well. A change in goalkeeper here for Kwinana. Townley has done a fantastic shift today. The penalty heroics will be resting on the shoulders of one Tyler Emitati. His brilliant defensive efforts so far.
Hey! Can I have that ball, mate? Can I have the ball?
It's going to be Wolves to strike first here. And of course, the keeper change deemed legal as it actually occurred before the end of the game. Emitati subbed on his goalkeeper just before the final kick. Up first, Luka Skovic. Of course, our referee. Skovic puts it wide to start off. There's a bit of drama occurring here. Penalty will be retaken here. Lucas Skovic will have a second chance. The drama, of course, being that it was initially believed by the referee that the goal kicker sub was made before the end of the game. However, after a complaint made by the Wolves coach after the first penalty was missed by Skovic, it has now been deemed. Townley will have to see out the penalties here. A huge lifeline. Skovic, straight down the middle, and Townley makes the save. Lucky Kirk, the hat-trick hero to step up and take. Per side. Nolan Tambo. The hat-trick of his own. Steps up. And he strikes the crossbar. Dylan Daly scores this penalty. And Kwinana United have completed a massive upset here in the semi-finals. Dylan Daly puts it wide. And now the hopes of Cockburn Wolves rest on the little shoulders of Luka Gomez-Kovacevic. Ken Townley make a massive save. It's low and hard. Not necessarily low and hard, but it trickles into the bottom left-hand corner, just out of Townley's reach. And now, it's up to Matthew. It's a great save from fitting goal. Now, we'll go back in the same order that we initially started with.
Same order.
Lucas Skovic. Can he redeem? He does so! A beautiful penalty from Skovic.
Yeah.
Of course, under sudden death rules, Lachlan Kirk will have to score to keep Kwinana United in it. 2 opportunities to win the game. Comes down to this. It's over the line! Yes, it is! Over the line. Goalkeeper Fring gets his hands to it, but unfortunately can't keep it out. On the sideline deems that it went over. Nolan Tambo now. He puts it over again. Way too much power. Sends it over the crossbar. Now once again, Dylan Daly with a chance to win the game for Kwinana. To win the game. Dylan Daly! Complete a massive upset as they celebrate with the fans on the side. Kwinana United with an incredible upset result in the semi-finals here. What a goal to finish it off. Dylan Daly with the winning penalty. But you can't look past the hat-trick from Lachlan Kirk and the incredible saves from goalkeeper Townley to get them to this point. An absolutely unreal game of futsal. And you'd imagine the emotions are running high for both teams. The elation of Kwinana United and a very obvious sadness from the Cockburn Wolves players. It was a great performance from both sides, a fantastic game. What a treat for any neutral. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning into this game.